When Afra appears in a scene, the air starts to buzz. And when Mert Ramazan Demir stands beside her, it's not just the air that buzzes, but also fan chats, forums, and, excuse me, some heads. Since their on screen chemistry in Kingfisher captivated even those who usually only watch football and news, fans have been clamoring for more. And now, has it happened or not quite? Let's figure it out. Spoiler. Feelings. Yes. The project. Not yet. A wave has swept through social media. Afra and Mert will be together again. Not just at a dinner party, not in a toothpaste commercial, but in a new project that's as hot as Turkish tea. Whether it's a film or a series remains unknown. Rumor has it that OGM Pictures is behind the production, which means the mastermind of all this intrigue is none other than Nurfi Natem himself. Yes, that Nurfi, the producer of Kingfisher, who, if fans are to be believed, knows how to turn romance into a national treasure. Meanwhile, Netflix, like a seasoned sparrow, is supposedly waiting for this new release with open streaming arms. But here comes the cold shower, preheated to the temperature of disappointment. There are no official confirmations, no announcements, no statements, no contracts. Just the fervent imagination of fans and a couple of tweets from people whose sources of information, it seems, are their inner voices. Wonderful, of course, but legally unsubstantiated. At this moment, the likelihood that the project actually exists is about 10%. It's like the chance of running into your ex while waiting for kebab. Possible, but most likely not this coming Tuesday. Nevertheless, the news has ignited the fan community brighter than the final scene of the season. Speculations have emerged. What could it be? A historical drama? A psychological thriller? A light romantic comedy featuring a veterinarian and a chef who fall in love while saving a duck? The public's imagination is running wild. Some are already creating fan casts, selecting music for the trailer, and building theories on how the new plot might connect to the Kingfisher universe. By the way, Netflix remains silent for now. But silence, as we know, is not always golden. Sometimes it's just silence. All of this reminds us just how ready audiences are to believe in miracles, especially when that miracle has beautiful eyes and a perfect hairstyle. Afra and Mert have truly become a cultural phenomenon, not just as actors, but as a duo that deserves a standing ovation, even if they just stepped into an elevator together. Their popularity has long transcended national borders, and if OGM Pictures were genuinely planning a project with them, they wouldn't be able to keep it under wraps for more than 5 minutes. Or maybe they are. Perhaps we're part of a grand PR performance. Oh, how sweet it is to be misled. Looking back at history, similar fan speculations have often turned into self-fulfilling prophecies. Remember how the announcement of the second season of Aarti My Destiny was denied until the very last moment, and then, bam, premiere? Or how everyone was assured that Mert wouldn't act in films after The Kingfisher, only for him to suddenly appear in a festival drama about a sad pianist and his cat. So, it's worth paying attention to the rumors. Sometimes fans know more than contract managers. But, and here's the important but, there's a big difference between I want and a contract is actually signed. Film production is a delicate matter, filled with a million nuances. Even if the script is written, the actors are on board, and the director has already bought a new cap, it can take not a month, not two, but an eternity before actual filming begins. especially in the context of great popularity and tight schedules. And until there's a signature on the document, it's all fan fiction, albeit very inspiring. So, friends, keep your expectations in check, but don't roll out the red carpet in front of the TV too soon. Yes, the rumors are beautiful, the prospects are enticing, and Afra and Mert are like two magnets that seem to perfectly feel each other's rhythm both on and off screen. But for now, this is a story in the realm of what if, and what if is, of course, a wonderful category. But it wouldn't hurt to have confirmation from the press office. What awaits us next? Perhaps we will indeed see them in a new project, just later than we would like. Or maybe the story will remain nothing more than a pleasant dream, worthy of a fan edit set to a sad song. In any case, watching the developments is pure pleasure. And we will definitely keep you updated if there's even a hint of filming, let alone a trailer. If Instagram could talk, it would have long since joined the ranks of celebrity gossip and launched a dedicated section, The Stories of Afra Sarakoglu. Because every time she appears in the stories, it's at least a reason for discussion, and at most, a spark for new fan theories. And here we are, my friends, on that day again, when 2 screenshots, 3 comments, and 1 sad cat can stir a storm in the hearts of fans, simultaneously splitting football supporters in half and causing a slight emotional upheaval in a particular corner of the internet. Let's start with the main reason for the excitement: Galatasaray's victory. The 5th star, triumph in the league, celebrations in the streets, fireworks, and, of course, stories from the stars. And here's where the magic begins. Afra Sarakoglu, a well-known supporter of Fenerbahce, which, by the way, is a fierce rival, unexpectedly congratulates Galatasaray. A scandal, betrayal of her club, or something more sophisticated? The answer lies in the taste of a mature patriot. Afra celebrated not for the club, but for the country. Because no matter how you look at it, the 5th star is not just a statistic, but a symbol of the strength of Turkish football. And it's beautiful, damn it. Meanwhile, our beloved Mert Ramazan Demir, a staunch Galatasaray fan, remains silent as a knight under a vow of silence, posting not a single football story. Either he's busy with other matters or he's keeping the intrigue alive. Or perhaps he simply decided not to intrude while Afra is shining. Or maybe he's just suffering in silence, like a true martyr. And here, fans start to build hypotheses. Could it be because of her new romance with Galatasaray's coach, Okan Buruk, that she's so happy? Yes, indeed, such theories really exist. But as any self-respecting celebrity gossip analyst would say, sometimes stories are just stories. Afra celebrated the victory as a citizen of Turkey, not as the secret bride of a football coach. But enough about sports. Let's talk about something deeper. The second story from Afra that caused a slight stir is a post with her friend Hakan Yildirim, who, as it turns out, is playing The Last of Us for the first time in his life. Watching this epic process unfold, Afra wrote, "For the first time in my life, I'm jealous and crying at the same time." One might exclaim, who hasn't cried over The Last of Us? But Afra is a special person. She doesn't just watch the catastrophe on screen. She crafts an emotional spectacle from it, where the heroes are gamers and the drama unfolds in the comments. And everyone immediately wondered, is she jealous of Hakan? Of the game? Of life before the zombie apocalypse? And finally, dessert. The last story is a photo of a cat, seemingly random, but we know better. In Afra's world, nothing is accidental. It's a symbol. It's a metaphor. It may even reflect her emotional state. Following that is a shot with her friend Afra Mert and the caption, "My special sister." At this point, heads are spinning. Afras is, in a way, a man, but she calls him her sister. Fans are now in a frenzy, counting likes, rereading old posts, and speculating. What does this mean? If all this seems excessive to you, welcome to the world of fan analysis. Here, every word, every emoji, and even the angle of the shot can be interpreted as a secret sign. Because when you're Afra Sarajoglu, your Instagram isn't just a chronicle of daily life. It's a political arena, a stage for fan fiction, and a slightly overheated cauldron of theories and conjectures. But isn't that why we love her? Now let's switch to analyst mode. In recent years, social media has become the true chronicle of celebrities. We no longer wait for glossy magazine interviews. We wait for a coffee story. And when a star with millions of followers posts about football, a friend, or a cat, it's already an event. Because it's a chance to feel closer, if only for one story. And by the way, in the past, such posts often preceded real news. A photo with a secret friend. A month later, the couple is on the cover. A comment about a movie. 2 months later, casting news. So we keep a close eye on every finger movement across the screen. It's these subtle moments that make Instagram a living mirror of emotions, especially when it comes to people whose lives seem distant, almost mythical. Afra is not just an actress, she's a cultural marker, a figure observed as an indicator of sentiments. And when she says she's proud of a victory, even if it's the victory of her rivals, it resonates beyond just sports. It's like a unifying speech against the backdrop of a football spectacle, with a few tears shed to the tune of The Last of Us. What's next? Probably another post, and another theory, and a new round of discussions. Or maybe a completely unexpected piece of news that we're not ready for, but we'll be talking about for a week. Because Afra Sarajoglu knows how to turn even a random story into a cliffhanger episode. Now let's turn to another well-known actor, Kerem Bürsin. Why is he back in Los Angeles? No, this isn't just another vacation, nor is it an escape from the sweltering Turkish spring. Imagine this. The city of angels has welcomed back its native son, who seems to have settled into shining on the Turkish stage. But no, Kerem, like a true Hollywood hero, is returning to his roots, and this visit promises to be much more than just a warm family dinner with childhood friends. Official sources, including the respected journalist Mehmet Yüzyıldız from the newspaper Hürriyet, report that Kerem is set on conquering Hollywood, and this trip is far from a stroll along the beaches of Malibu. This isn't the first time Kerem's name has echoed on the American continent. He grew up in Los Angeles and began building his career there. Now, he returns as an established actor equipped with experience, recognition, and ambitions that may well surpass those he had at the start of his journey. Mehmet Yüzyıldız didn't bring this up for nothing. He's known for his accuracy and reliable information about stars, and he speaks of serious negotiations and potential new contracts. Kerem is not just a traveler. He's a man with a plan and a purpose. And as we know, goals require not only courage but also patience. What exactly he's planning remains a closely guarded secret. There are no official statements, no teasers, and no mysterious hints on social media. However, this very mystery fuels interest. Every fan of Kerem is now eagerly awaiting the end of the month when he returns to Turkey, and perhaps then we will find out how these secret negotiations concluded. Could it be another international series? Or even a Hollywood blockbuster? Who knows? The important thing is that a serious publication like Hurriyet wouldn't have raised this topic without reason. Interestingly, Kerem's return to Los Angeles can be seen as a sort of homecoming. His journey is a true mosaic kaleidoscope, where impressive roles in Turkish projects intertwine with ambitious plans on the international stage. And now he's back on American soil, where he once began, like a hero returning home to claim his well deserved reward. Let's hope this journey brings him not only new opportunities, but also inspiration for his creative endeavors back home. And of course, we can't forget that for Kerem, like many Turkish actors, Turkey is not just his homeland, but the foundation of his entire career and recognition. That's why it's especially heartwarming to see that despite his ambitions and international prospects, he doesn't forget about his audience here in Turkey. Let's wish him luck. May his projects in Hollywood truly come to fruition, while still leaving a place in his heart for the Turkish series and films that made him famous. After all, the balance between home and big dreams is what makes an artist a true master. In the end, friends, all we can do is wait and watch. Whether Kerem's next step will be loud and bright or quiet and successful, we will surely find out. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss a single piece of news, intrigue, or adorable cat from the star's Instagram. Because if you're not with us, how will you explain to your friends why you know about every flight, every contract, and every new twist in the lives of your favorite actors? Subscribe. It's almost like having a personal reporter, just without the hassle and in your slippers.